Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the CRL AMR207BN floor-mounted dust-proof keeper is what they call this. This is a dust-proof strike, and this is an industry standard type of dust-proof strike, and here's the business end of it. A dust-proof strike is literally intended to act as a receptacle for a bolt to go into in such a way that the spring-loaded operation to it does not, or it retards the collection of dirt and debris into the hole, which will, sooner or later, render that bolt inoperative. That's actually a real thing. It happens. You know, if you notice flush bolts, here's an application, well, whether it be commercial or residential. In my home, I've got pairs of doors in a hardwood floor, pairs of doors to a dining room, lever passage, flush bolts top and bottom, dust-proof strike down on the bottom, because over time, when you mortise or surface mount a strike onto the floor, over time it's going to collect with dust. Commercial application, more traffic, sooner that's going to collect with dust. Okay. Also, certainly less of a tripping hazard because it's really not projecting off much, and you know, not really much to get in there. And the only time that's pushed down is when the bolt from a flush bolt goes into it. Common question that I get all the time is, what's the inside dimension of the dust-proof strike? Because people want to stick things in there other than flush bolts, like deadbolts. So I'm going to give you the ID of the inside of the hole. .745. So that's probably nominally 3/4 inch, but the caliper says the ID is .745. So keep that in mind, you know, in comparison to what you're going to put down into it. Whereas a bolt head from a flush bolt is probably closer to 3/8 diameter, something in that range. Okay. Now, some more dimensions. Let's go over it. Overall height of the unit, about 2 1/4. Diameter of the body alone is about 1 inch. Diameter with the trim on the outside, about 1 1/4 inches. This is going to include a tool, a spanner tool, that all it's going to do is fit into these two holes that will allow you to turn it, okay, and tighten it. That's all that it's going to allow you to do. More importantly, it's going to include a nut. Okay. Now, why do you need the nut? This style dust-proof strike without a faceplate is intended for use in a threshold application. There's nowhere to mount this because you don't have a rectangular plate with a couple of countersunk holes. So this is intended for use in a flush bolt. The one I had mentioned earlier in the residential application, that's just a rectangular type. The floor has been mortised and a couple of screws. So you'll have your threshold. You'll cut the threshold to length. You are going to cope the threshold, or whatever the installation calls for. Get that in place. Your doors, mark the location for this, drill the hole, say maybe 1 1/16 hole, something like that. Get this down into it, prep the floor, down through the threshold, thread it, and you're in good shape. And that's how that's going to work. Okay? Okay? Lots of threaded length there, you know, that will handle any threshold thickness you can really throw at it. The BN in the part number stands for brushed nickel on the face of the item. And there's literally nothing else included in the package other than that spanner tool. There's a link below this video to a document called Cut Sheet. And that, I think, is going to be just a technical drawing, really. It is. It's a technical drawing of the item. Shows you the dimensional properties that we've already gone over. They're saying to drill a 1 inch hole in the floor. I didn't put a caliper on the body, but they're calling it out at 15/16. So there you go. Let's test it. And they're calling the inside opening 11/16. My caliper said it was slightly larger than that, ever so slightly larger. Body diameter, oh indeed, 0.936 inch. So 15/16. Now this is going to be available in certainly a multitude of finishes, and let's take a look at what those are. CRL. Multitude, probably not a multitude. BN for brushed nickel, BR for polished brass, and PS for polished stainless. 3 finishes. So you've got all the common finishes that will allow you to work with related finishes to it. Finally, there is a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the C.R. Laurens products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website, along with a link to the full product catalog, all of their full product catalogs. This would certainly be under doors and hardware or architectural entrances, something of that nature, a hardware-related subcategory. If you have any questions on the C.R. Laurens AMR207BN dust-proof strike in a brushed nickel finish, or any other C.R. Laurens product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you very much.